Welcome to the Jim Masters Show, entertainment lifestyle variety talk show series. It's time for the big reveal. Who is our special guest joining us from Chicago? Returning to the Jim Masters Show, the incomparable acclaimed singer, Josie Falbo. Also a big friend and lovety and big supporter of our show. And we just love having her here. This is a return visit on the Jim Masters Show for Josie. Welcome to the show, Josie.
Thank you. Incomparable. Oh, my. I'm glad that's going to be recorded for posterity.
That's right. Well, I want to tell the new folks, too, if they haven't seen when you were on our show, Josie is and has been one of Chicago's busiest and most frequently heard studio singers and has been for over 35 years. Heard on countless commercials in various languages, too, including McDonald's, Mr. Clean, Sara Lee, Oscar Mayer, Green Giant, United Airlines, Old Style, Nationwide, Coke, Midway Airlines, Budweiser, and many others. Yeah, singing in all those great commercials and in lots of different countries, too, as well as the Cruisin USA video game. Yeah, that is Josie in there, and hit records too in both the United States and overseas. And Josie's talents have been utilized by so many on 4 different continents. Her singing career began singing in Italian and English when she was 19 months old, and she had won various voice scholarships as well in both high school and in college. She performed solo at the Lyric Opera House using her multi-range voice in both the classical and pop idioms as well. And vocally, she can deliver the gospel power of Mahalia Jackson. She can rock as hard as Pat Benatar, and she can bebop with the best of them or perform today's contemporary hits with a style and sound that will amaze and impress any audience. Her diverse abilities have been utilized by numerous artists, ranging from Celine Dion to Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind and Fire, Michael Bolton, of course, Ben Vereen too, Vic Damone, Nancy Wilson, Dennis DeYoung of Styx, so many others, James Durst, Yolanda Adams, Della Reese, and Mavis Staples. And she is one of the last artists to be signed to the label that originally signed the Beatles, which was in Chicago, called VJ Records. And she's excited to share with us. And she's going to also sing live on the show like she did last time as well. She's very excited to share some new music. She's got a fabulous new single out, everybody. And there it is there. It's a fantastic one. It's called Each Other. And in addition, of course, to that, which she's very excited about, she's got her Christmas album, a jazzy interlude with Josie Falbo. Also, there is Taylor Street. These are just a few. You Must Believe in Spring. Just a few as Josie joins us here on the show. So wonderful to have her here. And truly, an icon in the music industry on so many different levels. Josie, again, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the new single as well. That's really exciting. Tell us about it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful intro. Oh, my gosh. Amazing.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And yes, this is pretty exciting for me. 2 of my very good friends, musicians, song about 30 years. Tried to record it several times, but their names, by the way, Bills Green, who is an excellent pianist, and Kenneth Carlson, who's a in his own right. He wrote the lyrics. And they tried many singers through the years. And Miles said to me, Josie, can you give this a try? I hear you singing this. You are the one we want to record it. So I went ahead and recorded it, and we released it, and it's been welcomed very well. I'm very happy to report that. So we're all excited about it.
Tell us about the song itself, Each Other. What inspired you to pen this and share it with all of us?
Well, I did not write the lyrics. All I did was sing it. But Ken and Miles wrote the music and the lyrics. The lyrics are they're universal. I mean, they can apply here. It's about first of all, it's also keeping with the Christmas spirit, but it's really truly about. It's not only about gift giving, but it has a heart too, and it's about the importance of us, the importance of us treating each other with respect and dignity, and that's the theme throughout the song. It's not only about cans and toys, but it's about being there for each other, every sister, every brother. Let's go. We need each other, and that is the message throughout the song, and that's what attracted me to it. And also, in addition to the lovely melody that it has, and so that's how that all came about.
Isn't that incredible? That's fantastic. What a beautiful way to be inspired, and to
Yes.
want to have such a positive message.
Hmm.
That song is a beautiful gift to all of us during the holiday season, but also throughout the year. And you've done so much work in the industry, and your voice has been used for so many purposes. Again, from hit records to commercials to a lot of voice work on a lot of other projects. But when you do work that really connects with people and inspires people and has a positive message, that's so really important, isn't it, Joe?
Oh, hello. Yes, it is important. Jim, I don't know where you went.
You're there. We're just giving you the full screen.
Oh, okay. All right, now I understand. So I'm sorry. Would you repeat what you said again? Now we kind of lost track of your track.
Was talking about the fact that your voice has lent itself to so many
Oh
different
yes,
kinds of work and
yes.
projects, commercials galore. There's no way folks over the decades have not heard you on so many commercials, your fabulous voice, and other songs, records, all of it. But you really do like to, when it comes down to it, do work and sing songs that have a message that really connects to the heart and soul for people, right?
Oh, definitely. The lyrics are most important. I mean, melody might attract me. Um, the lyrics are very, very important to me, especially when they convey a message that's so important to us as human beings, as people, and convey a message of whether it's of hope or of joy or of love, all of the above. And I've been fortunate to sing songs like and having written a few of them, a couple of them. But the ones that I've sung that I recorded on my CD are always have been songs that always spoke to me for various reasons. And so I'm lucky to have been able to record the songs that I really love to sing. And with regard to the commercial, that was really excellent work. It was great work. I worked with the most wonderful singers and musicians and the excellent production values, the producers who wrote these fabulous jingles that are memorable to this day. And the fun part was that it was challenging, and I learned so much during those days. And it never entered my mind that no one knew who was singing. I really didn't give a hoot and a holler. It was all about the music, and
Yes.
it
Do you want to
was.
share a few of those with us, maybe that might trigger a memory for our viewers? They're like, oh my God, that's Josie's voice that was in that legendary spot.
Well, of course, there was always Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. We did that a million times, and we did two all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. And let's see. Midway, our spirit will lift you. That's what I said. Fly the friendly skies. And oh gosh, there were some of them like
Oscar
Coke.
Mayer,
Oh, I don't remember that one, but I know we did a few of those.
Green Giant,
Giant. Well, there was always
Nationwide, and
Len
Coke.
Dresses. Len Dressler didn't even have to come in to sing the Giant part. The ho ho ho,
Ho, ho,
because he
ho.
lived in Santa Fe. So they would just fly on his vocal. He would say, ho, ho, ho. And we'd say, Green Giant.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sara Lee, of course, too.
right. Yeah. Nobody doesn't like Sara
Sara
Lee.
Lee. It's
I mean,
fantastic, huh? And
yeah,
you
it
you and
was
I
really
chatted
good.
last time about how, the harmony had to be really blended, and I mean, they were looking for perfection in certain ways where it had to be pristine and clean and harmonious, and I think I miss all of that. We don't really hear a lot of that anymore. You don't hear these singing commercials, singing jingles.
True.
Talked about it with a few other guests here. I've always been a significant fan of that. Even singing theme songs to some of our favorite TV series. You don't really hear people singing them if there's even an open anymore. Everything is just so quick. They go right into the plot line. You don't really even have a theme as much anymore to a lot of the TV shows. We're sort of, there was a good time to be in when jingles and those voices, those harmonious sort of sounds were really in vogue.
Very true. And blending the utmost importance. And of course, nation. I mean, you couldn't be flat, you couldn't be sharp. You had to be right in the middle of the note. And blending, you had to subdue your individuality. You could not bring out your sound. We all had a unified, pristine kind of sound, as you mentioned. And the thing was not about selling the product, which in today's commercials, and for quite some time, I really don't know what the heck the product is. Sometimes, there's
Exactly. I
music.
say that all the time.
What are they selling?
I have no idea. I say that every time I see
Yeah,
today's commercials. I'm like,
yeah,
that song they're using from back then has nothing to do with the commercial, and it's actually distracting me to the song. I don't even know what the product is, because they used to use like jingle singers and production music and all that underneath a lot of things.
right.
Now they're using actual songs from here, there, and everywhere, and just how quirky the commercials are now, and weird and short and in your face. And I'm like, I have no way. What does that have to do with toast? I don't
There you
understand.
go.
They didn't
Mm.
mention toast once. You- I don't understand that they want us to buy that soap powder, but they didn't do anything to sell us on the soap powder. I mean, before, you had Madge with Palmolive, and
Right.
you had
Yeah.
Nancy Walker in the diner with Bounty, quicker picker upper, and you saw
Right.
her, and they used to use people like that too in those kinds of spots. You had I forgot the name of the brilliant actress who was in the Imperial commercials. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
Right.
Imperial
Yes.
margarine, and it's margarine, but they thought it was butter. All of that kind of thing, Charlie the tuna with Starkist, and Morris the cat for the Nine Lives cat food. A lot of that, you don't see that anymore. It's all now just a
No.
mishmash of reality, I guess. Sort of everything's reality now.
Yes, reality rears its ugly head, but those commercials were so charming, and they had those characters that were endearing, and they drew you in, and you actually knew what the product was that they were selling, and you might have been tempted to go ahead, but that trend started some time ago, where it was just a scene. I think I remember people saying at the time, talking about it at the time, that they wanted it to sound more like a record, and
Yes, right,
a pop record,
right, and it sure did.
and right, but you just lost sight of the product, and I realized that or not, and maybe that was what they were looking for. I'll never know. And at this point, it's moved away a long time ago.
I do have a question, a pressing question that I think
Okay,
inquiring minds want to know.
sure.
Did you ever squeeze the Charmin?
I'll never tell. I don't squeeze and tell. No.
There's your next song title. I don't squeeze and tell.
Oh
Write that down.
gosh.
You got it. Imagine.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
squeeze and tell.
Oh, that'll be a big hit. No doubt. Yeah, right.
I'm sure it will go viral.
Oh man.
That's it. How have you been, Josie Falbo, since we chatted last? Welcome back to Lovity Hall and the Jim Master Show. How have you been? You look like $1,000,000 as always. Holiday
Thank you.
spirit here. How are you? And what are some of the other things you've been doing and working on and experiencing since we chatted last?
Well, I have been well.
Good.
Aside from one little bout about months ago, maybe for a little bit more, with COVID and was very mild.
COVID,
And
yeah.
yeah, it just came and went, I'm happy to
Good.
say.
Yeah. In and
Um,
out.
I had a worse cold about 3 weeks ago that you know, took away my voice. That was the most annoying part of it. I mean, I felt
Really?
okay, but yeah,
Did you have a
I
cough with
learned
it?
that. I was a baritone for about 2 weeks. You know,
Yeah.
whatever voice I had at the time. But
Good
anyway,
morning. This is Josie on the phone. Yeah.
usually when I answer the phone and I say hello, and people say, "Can I?" They didn't this time. When I answered the
Yeah.
phone, it was hello. It was way down there.
Do you ever get, because you use your voice, for your voice is your instrument, uh, mine as well, and speaking and all. Um, Sometimes when I answer the phone, people will pause a little bit. There's a little bit of a step, a pause,
Hmm.
because they're not sure. I don't know if it's the sound of my voice, the tone, the quality, or what I'm doing that I'm not even conscious of. They stop because they aren't sure if they're talking to the answering machine or the voicemail. When I say hello, Jim speaking, they pause, almost like, Jim, are you there, or am I talking to the answering machine, the voicemail?
Yeah, they're waiting for the rest of the message, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
they're not. Yeah, I guess they think that it sounds, the voice sounds like it would be the voicemail message. Do you find that too? Sometimes people.
Well, sometimes actually, I don't know that it's a voice message. It sounds like a real person answering, and they'll say
Now
hello, and I
that's
think it's
right.
deliberate. And I'll go, "Hi, it's Josie," and I'm speaking, and all of a sudden it goes, "I'm not home right now," and I go, "Oh boy," because I thought I was talking to a person, and I think that was deliberate on their part. The ones that has happened to me, they go hello, and you could swear that it's a real person, but nah.
You've had an opportunity to do video game work too, huh?
Somewhat. I'm sorry.
Video game work, working
Oh
in video
yeah.
games.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
that's a whole other area.
Yes, that was Midway Games, and they have since merged with another company, and that was quite some
Probably,
time ago. And
yeah.
and it was fun. It was fun doing those voices for those particular games, and the Cruisin USA one, especially, was really really popular worldwide. And I remember, I don't know how long ago it was. Right, it wasn't too long ago. Um, my son, we're talking, and I mentioned that, and he just said, "Mom, that was you?" I said,
Yeah.
you
He's like,
didn't know
what?
that was your mother singing that?" He
Yeah.
said, "I never knew that. We played that game constantly. I never knew that was you." I said, "Good grief. Wake up."
But kind of cool in a way for him to recognize that,
He
huh?
never knew his mother singing that crazy cruising, yeah. It was really hard rock type thing.
Right, exactly. Which, I mean, your voice, you can knock it out from gospel to hard rock to, anything jazz and pop. Is there an area that really speaks to you more? Are you more of a jazz person, or what comes naturally first for Josie?
Probably jazz because of the spontaneity that that I'm afforded. I can make up my own song, my own little arrangements to the song, and stay within the chord structure, but
Yeah.
make the song a little different. And sing the other notes that I hear, and that appeals to me, making almost another melody to it, and that appeals to me, always has. Even though I love all the other kinds of music, opera is magnificent. It's wonderful and marvelous, and I arias, from there, and of course, gospel is fun. That's another way that I can be spontaneous. When you're doing runs and riffs, and that's appealing to me too. But for some reason, it's the jazz idiom that kind of is more in my soul, I guess. That comes out more easily and quickly and firstly. maybe that's the way to put it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mentioned do you do you like to write as well as singing? I know you're a consummate, ultimate performer, singer,
Thank
vocalist,
you.
but do you like to write songs as well? Toy with that?
I have not written a whole lot of songs. I've written maybe a handful. And there were times when it either came to me and I didn't have the patience to work at it. It's just me, just work at it a little bit, Josie, for Pete's sake. You have a few lines here and a few words, and I get distracted with something else. I just didn't have the patience to work more at it. And but the songs I wrote, they were several of them were, I thought, really, really good. But it's not something that I go to constantly, or that I'm drawn to do.
Yeah.
It's not, and I don't know what that is. It's just me.
Has things started to get busier too? Last time we chatted, we were still in the thick of the pandemic, and
Yes.
we were still sort of dealing with that all around. Have things opened up for you, become busier for you?
Oh yeah, they have. They
Yeah,
have.
that's great.
They have a lot of projects on, and happy to be busy again. Yes, and in front of people. I did do art, and it was to an empty auditorium at the time because we couldn't have people.
Couldn't have the people, right?
Yeah, and that was really bizarre. I had a line behind me, and we videotaped it because it was going to be streamed. But singing to row upon row of empty chairs was something I don't care to repeat.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it was
did that
kind of
make the acoustics good, or
I tell
bouncing
you,
off all those cushions?
and it's hard to get up when
The
there's not
energy is not there. You
right.
feed off the
Exactly.
energy of
Yeah.
the audience, and if there's no audience, right,
Right.
it's hard to sort of recreate that. Yeah.
It
There's no
certainly is.
applause, there's no eye contact,
Right.
smiles, right? No feedback.
No feedback. Exactly. Yeah.
Do you I mean, your career within studio work is extraordinary and exemplary, but do you prefer studio work over being on stage, or do you prefer stage work, being on stage and performing? What comes first for you?
Hmm. That's a good question. I don't know that I can compare. They're two different animals,
They really are, yeah.
and there's different things that are required. For instance, staying in the studio, you can't be yourself. If you're doing a jingle, that is, you cannot. Your individualism is not required there. We all have to sound unison. We have to be together with capital T.
Mhm.
And performing is a different animal. I can just do what I feel and do what I want and do Josie and not have to worry about selling a product. Although recording, I found that jingle syndrome when I was recording my CDs. Um, there were times when it would hinder me because I wanted it to be perfect, like it had to be when we were doing commercials. And producers who were there uh, who were helping me produce the CD. You're not singing a jingle. Sing it the way you really feel it. And if it's not
I
perfect,
know, yeah. I get that because
um,
I've had that with some of my work too,
oh,
because of yeah, um because of having so much announcer experience and on-air radio experience and the television work, um, there were times where I would read a script, either it's audio only, or it'd be for, a television commercial where I was, or a project where I was going to host or
Mhm.
whatever. Um, and, or even just play the part of the boyfriend, or the doctor, or the young dad, or the neighbor, or the brother in a commercial or a corporate video project, infomercial, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And they'll have the script, or there'll be a teleprompter, and I'll immediately, read it in a way where it's, "Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Masters," and which comes natural actually for me. It's actually natural to do that. My speaking voice has those qualities. My father and sister are similar with the way we speak. Our mannerisms are similar. The way we punch certain words, articulate certain words, elongates, sort of melodic. People have said it's melodic.
Uh-huh.
So I've been in situations, is why I'm sharing this, because I can connect and relate to what you're talking about, where they're like, "All right, lose the announcer voice and just read it." I'm like, "Announcer voice? I'm just speaking. This is my voice. This is how I talk. This is my normal voice." Said, "Yes, but bring down, you bring down the polish,
There you
bring down
go.
some of
Yeah.
that polish a little bit." And you've
Mhm.
heard that, right? And I'm like, "Do
Yes.
you understand how long it took to develop and fine tune and craft that? And now it used to be it was a thing to aim for that. And now you're
Right.
saying
Right.
strip off that sort of way." Yes. Okay. All right. Here we are. It's happening. You know what I mean? It's like, you have found that to be the case too?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You just described it to a T. Um, I was so worried about things that I shouldn't have been worried about in recording a song, in the studio. It doesn't much when I'm performing live, because I get wound up in the song and in the lyrics and in and when the emotional aspect comes out and it
Yeah.
takes over.
Yeah.
But in the recording, and when I'm recording a CD, and that's when it starts to happen, and I hear it. Oh no, that I don't like that note. I'm gonna go back and polish it up, and no, that's real. That's the real thing. That's raw. That's emotion. Don't go polish. Don't make it a jingle. So yes,
And it's easy. It's not right. It's easier said than done, right? Because if it's natural for you to want to present it in that way, that it maybe is a little bit more, I don't know, harmonious, warmer, animated,
hmm
sort of caring sounding. Uh, it's a little bit of that polish. It's harder, I think, to have had the years of being an expert at that and doing that, to strip some of that off. I think it's harder to do that than it is to have never had it and try to put it on. I mean, there are people who've never had that because it doesn't come naturally for them, and you can tell when they try to put that on or add the polish, it sounds almost gimmickry, like it's overdone. "Hi, I'm Jim Masters. Welcome," or "Hi, I'm Josie Falbo." It's overdone. It's
yeah,
over enunciated and overdone. But I think it's also difficult to take it away a little bit, because it's become part of who you are.
definitely. And you nailed it exactly. I mean, we worked hard to kind of what they wanted, that kind of excellence in all of the aspects that they wanted, intonation, interpretation, and uh, saying the words correctly, and pronunciation. All of those Asians, they work hard. And when I started, I had been singing in clubs, so I had a lot of freedom. And coming into the studio and trying to put me in this little narrow thing and just do what everybody else was doing and make sure that I was with them. It took me a while. I caught on because I have a really good ear. But we worked. achieve that. And now
I know.
CD, you're trying to get rid of all that stuff that you worked hard to achieve. So yes, you nailed it perfectly.
I think if you hang on long enough, sort of what goes around comes around. I think because now everybody sounds the same. I mean, when I listen to music, when I watch commercials, when I hear these voices that are on, everybody sounds like it's the same person. There's no, you don't have, and I don't feel the warmth. There used to definitely always be a warmth to certain things. And now everything is just very quick, fast, choppy, very like, yeah, I shop here and I go here and I like this product and I'm going here. A lot of this vocal fry sound where everything is
Yeah.
like where the sentences are ended like, yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go shopping, or I love that story. And I'm like, stop that.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's an actual affectation that is used, and you hear it in so many commercials now and a lot of other things, these voices where there is this lazy, draggy, almost entitled sound. It's like an entitled sound, this vocal fry sound, where like your voice is like butter just in listening to you speak. There's a certain way that your voice just comes out where it's very pleasing to the ear. You hear a lot today of, and it's different. Vocal fry is different than being resonant. Resonant, if you're an announcer or whatever, and you say, "Eyewitness News," that's different than
Right.
I'm gonna go with my friends and we're gonna hang out. And whew, I'm like, where did that ever come from? Where did that ever start? What they say. The Kardashians might have added to that because a lot of the voice is this vocal sounds are that way. Britney Spears and her music has some of that with the vocal fry sound a little bit. And because, people follow what's going on in society so much, they mimic it.
Mhm.
They mimic it.
Exactly.
If you watch
Yes,
commercials, you hear that
exactly.
sound a lot, especially with the female voices that are being used. You're hearing sort of this flat, nasally, high-pitched, quick, almost like a mousy sound. And I'm like, what happened to where were the voices that had some substance to it and
And
warmth
heft.
and
Yeah.
depth and heft and buttery sort of sound that would draw me into something and I'll buy whatever it is versus, yeah, you've probably heard that. It probably drives you crazy,
So
huh?
many times, yes. And I think it's to appeal to a certain demographic, or maybe it's supposed to signify that you're cool, or that younger kind of approach to it. And I think all of that just that's the reason for it. It's a different, times have changed, people have changed, and as I said, they're trying to appeal and trying a different demographic, a group of people. And yes, it does. They all do sound to me too. They all sound. Oh, I don't mean to denigrate anybody, but it's not always appealing or pleasant. And but things change, times, and they want to appeal to a different group of people, I guess.
Have you
Or
adapted? Have you made changes yourself to your
no,
approach, or you've just said that fast? No,
no.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, I think that because you don't, you stand out now in a good way. It's unique. People hear what you're doing and they're like, wow, I love that. I love that sound, that warmth, that feeling I'm getting from listening to Josie Falbo's material. I feel it. And I think that's a beautiful thing because I think, when you get into a situation where everything sounds the same all the time, eventually there's people who they've almost had enough of that. And they're like, okay, let's hear
Right.
some other things, that there's some other qualities. Um, and I think that's a good thing. So, sort of like what goes around comes around. I mean, even bell bottoms, I think, are going to make a comeback.
Oh, I hope not.
Right, I
I
know.
don't want to see those
Did
again.
did you ever have those? Did you ever wear bell bottoms?
Guilty. Yes. Guilty. But yeah, I'm not looking to wear those again. Oy vey, no.
Oy vey.
Oh
Yes.
no. I
Yes.
would never change. I spent my life listening to many wonderful singers that had a great influence on me. But I did not want to sound like anybody else. I wanted it to be my voice, my emotion, my interpret that came out. I wanted it to be me.
Yeah.
I did not want to, and I could never change. It's always going to be me singing, Josie coming out, me. You know, the way I approach the song, the way I feel, how the lyrics affect me, and how I'm hoping they're affecting you. But I could never. That's just not in me to do that. You know, to change and sound like what the most popular sound is nowadays for female singers. Nah, I am who I am, like Popeye. And take it or leave it, but that's
Oh, it's a
it.
great thing. It's what makes Josie Falbo unique. Yeah, because you have a unique sound. Uh, though you can blend in and harmonize, like you said, but you've got this wonderful sound. Um, let's hear a little bit of it. Maybe you can sing something for us. I don't know if you want to
Sure,
sing a bit from the single itself, give people a little sample
sure,
of that, or a holiday tune, whatever you like. What would you like
sure.
to
The
sing?
single, I think the single is lovely, and yes,
There it
I'd
is,
love to
gang.
sing
Josie
it for
Falbo,
you.
Each Other, her newest single. And we're
Right.
sharing it with you here on the Jim Masters Show. And we've got the incomparable Josie Falbo in the Windy
Oh,
City,
oh, now I'm
Chicago, here
nervous.
for us. Oh, the well, because we're doing a big announcement, like
Yeah, right.
no, the curtains are opening, the spotlight's coming on you, and all this. All right, we'll rewind. None of that big announcement stuff.
Okay,
Hey,
thank you.
Josie's hanging with us here in Lovety Hall
Much
at the Jim
better.
Masters
Yeah,
Show, and she's
much
going to
better.
share the single she's so proud of, Each Other. Take it away,
Yes.
my friend
Okay.
Josie.
Let me find a note here. They say that we'll need some snow, candy and mistletoe, children, laughter, hope and joy to light our way. They say that there's going to be presents beneath the tree. Things we've wished for will make a Merry Christmas Day. Gliding by on a hurricane wind, watching sugarcane dreams roll by. Holding hands makes us realize the importance of you and I. Christmas will come and go. A new year will start to flow. And I will each other, every sister, every brother, yes, we're going to need each other next year. Santa's coming with his reindeer with gifts for you and I. But it's important to remember the truth on Christmas night. Sleigh bells are going to ring. It's not going to mean a thing if we don't have each other. Every sister, every brother, yes, we're going to need each other next year. Ooh.
Absolutely beautiful. Now that's what I'm talking about. Fabulous voice. Just it's like butter, as they say,
Uh-huh.
butter. It's like butter. Really, really, really nice. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. Really,
Mm.
when you're singing it, you could just see in your eyes there's a certain glow and there's a certain contentment, there's a certain peace that's sort of showering over you as you're sharing those lyrics in your beautiful way. What is happening to you as you sing a song like that, Josie?
Well, the words, as I said earlier, they're so important. They're great and they mean a lot. And it's a universal message, and that's what attracted me, in addition to the lovely melody. But those lyrics are important. The way I described it earlier, and everybody's talking about shopping and toys and Christmas and partying and all of that. But this is the true message of Christmas, and it's one that's important. Um, that we do need each other. The virtues of Christmas are what is ensconced in this song, and so that's what's going through my mind. I want people to realize that we need each other, and we have to find a way to coexist with one another. Um,
Very
that's
true.
the goal. That's the goal.
That's so beautiful. What has Josie learned about herself? What are some things you did during this time of great pause and reflection with the pandemic and all in your life? How has it changed you? What are some of the different things you're looking at? A lot of people have been stopping, pausing, looking at, what they've done so far in their lives,
Hmm.
and they're looking
Hmm.
towards next chapter, what they want to do going forward. How have you done that during this time, Josie?
Well, I don't know that it changed all that much. I mean, I've always been so grateful for whatever success I've had, and grateful for the wonderful support that I've always had from my family. So gratitude has always been a big part of me, and I don't take anything for granted. I never have. I wish I could say that and had some big epiphany, but other than the fact that life is precious, and that's something I always knew too. You just can't take everything for granted. You just live each day, which I try to do to the fullest. So I know I'm being cliche ridden here, but
No, but it's terrific. No, it's true.
the fact is that these are things that have always been part of me, and I've always realized how very lucky I've been, and I just want to continue as a performer, as a human being, and I want to improve on that. I always consider myself a work in progress, but I don't give up. I've been singing for a long time, since, as you said, since I was 19 months, and I don't, unless they stop calling me, I guess I'm not going to stop singing. So I'm grateful that I still have my voice at this point in my life, and just want to be able to enjoy the gifts that I've been given, gifts of myriad and plenty of them. So I guess I haven't really changed all. No big change in me. I'm sorry. I wish there had been.
There's still time.
Yes, that's true. Well, don't hold your breath, but
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. You know what? You don't need to change because you're fabulous as you are. Fabulous Falbo.
oh boy,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Did you want to sing another song for the viewers, the
sure.
lovelies watching? What would you
Oh,
like to sing?
I'd be happy to. Um, how about? Oh, I know one that would be. Yeah, yeah. About what are you doing New Year's Eve?
Perfect timing
It's
for
it's
that.
apropos
Yes. Yes,
almost.
it is apropos. Absolutely. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Here's Josie Falbo on the Jim Masters Show. Gang, if you're watching and you'd like to comment during the show, you can comment in our JMS Lovity chat room, which is open and available as the show is airing. Lots of great comments coming in as well. Thanks for all those great comments. Lovities, happy holidays to you and yours. When you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, just click that red button. Subscribe, doesn't cost anything. You get to actually chat amongst all the other viewers and Lovities watching from around the world in our JMS Lovity chat room. So, well, we already designated you a Lovity the first time you came on the show, Josie. So
Yes, I know.
you're in the JMS Lovity family for sure. Thanks for all the great comments, everybody, and hope you're having a great holiday season. And now, what are you doing New Year's Eve? We'll find out right now. Josie Falbo.
Yes. When the bells all ring and the horns blow, and the couples we know are softly kissing, will I be with you, or will I be among the sing? Maybe it's much too early in the game. Oh, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock that night, echoing in the new year. New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd have been the one you chose out of 1,000 invitations you would receive. Oh, but in case I stand one little chance, comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. What are you doing New Year's Eve?
Very beautiful, my friend. It's such a great song, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah.
So what are you doing New Year's Eve, Josie?
I'm not working. I wouldn't work New Year's Eve again.
Been there, done that, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, good grief. The craziness over and above what I could even describe some of those parties that, that I worked.
Yeah. Yeah, she's good. She'll sing about it, but she won't be there. You can have her on in the background playing, but she won't be at that party.
No amount of money could induce me to work New Year's Eve. No.
New Year's Eve is a tough one. Yeah, New Year's Eve is tough, and sometimes 4th of July can be tough as well. That's a crazy time. Yeah. What's your favorite time of year? Is it now? Is it the holidays, or do you have a certain time of year that's more what Josie?
I love Christmas, of course. Yeah. I mean, I love the warmth of Christmas. This aspect for me, everybody did differently. So it's a comfort and comfort and joy. I always look forward to it. I love it. I love Christmas time.
Yeah. Do you have any travel coming up at all in the new year?
Well, yeah, hopefully we'll be going to and I love
To where?
Florida. To
Oh, Florida.
Florida, love
Yeah.
it there. I might spend some time there. I have some friends, and we get together, and we from grammar school that I knew, and we go back to our second grade days, which is not a pretty sight sometimes. I mean, yes, I mean we need to tone it down sometimes. We have fun, so I'm looking forward to that. And I think there might be a job in New York coming up in the new year. It's not solidified yet, but there's talk about it, and so I'm debating, and I'm waiting. So there's nothing I can solidify and say yes, definitely yet, but we're working on it.
Very exciting, huh?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I want to also show folks again some of the other material that is out there and is available. JosieFalbo.net is the website. You can learn about her background and everything else that she's got, all the music and all, and her epic and glorious career. But let's talk about the holiday season. This one, too, I know has been near and dear to you. A jazzy interlude with Josie Falbo. For those who aren't familiar with this one, tell us about this one, Josie.
Ralph Lamkin, he was always telling me, you have to do a Christmas CD. And when I finally decided to do it, it was it was kind of slapdash in the beginning, but we finally chose the songs and got the great musicians to do it. And choosing the Christmas song was a little different because I love so many of them. But I did manage to choose these. I loved the arrangement of the first one, which has an opening beginning of a tune called Manteca by Dizzy Gillespie. And I thought was a very, very cool arrangement. And I love the song, the Christmas song. So we did it that way, and it turned out really great. Right up my alley, that kind of music. And the other song that I really love for Christmas it didn't actually start out as a Christmas song. It wasn't written that way. It was a tune, instrumental written by Thad Jones, Mel Lewis. It's called, when they finally put lyrics to it, I can't remember the name of the guy who put lyrics to it. It's called A Child is Born. And it kind of,
That's a great song. When a child
yes,
is born. Yeah,
it became a Christmas staple.
it did.
It didn't start out that way. It started out as this gorgeous jazz instrumental. The song was one I always loved that Sinatra did was the Christmas Waltz.
Yes.
Kind of a swinging kind of a tune that always made me smile, and I decided to include that. And then the last song was written by Richard Knight. It's an original, and when I first heard it, it was sort of like a ballad, but I kind of pictured it in my mind as sort of like a Middle Ages kind of thing with not a flute, a recorder sound in there, and maybe like instead of a piano, the kind of a clavichord sound.
Oh, yeah.
And so we had it arranged that way, and that was really off the beaten track for me. That turned out very, very well, I thought. So those are, if there had been more time, I would have included more songs, but we had a deadline, and so it's a short CD with the 4 songs on it, but there are 4 great songs.
But they're good songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a great one. It's a jazzy interlude with Josie Falbo. Yes. And of course, the new Each Other, a fabulous song, a single that just literally came out. She's very excited about it. You can go to josiefalbo.net to learn more. And of course, on all the music platforms as well, too. Is it on the Spotify and
It is. It is. It's
Amazon?
downloadable. It is not
Downloadable.
CDs are not CDs are not available, but of each other. But it is downloadable on all of those
Downloadable.
platforms.
which is
And
great.
at
There's
my, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Taylor Street's another fabulous one. Tell us
Yes,
about that one.
that came about as a result of Dick Boyell, who was a jingle producer. His company, Nuance Productions. And I did a lot of work for Dick Day. And he would always tell me, Josie, you have to do a CD of your own. You have to record something, you singing alone. And I thought, okay, that sounds good. But I never got around to it. I kind of have half listened and then forgot about it. And every so often he would call me on the phone. Are you recording anything? I've got songs for you. I'm sending them to you. You have to start recording. Let's get in the studio. So by and by, after a couple of years, and he still kept nudging me to do it, we finally got in the studio and did the CD. And one of his songs is called, that he wrote, is called This Is Real. That song has been gone around the world like crazy. And it was written by, I wish you, God rest his soul, I wish you were around to see how well accepted that song was, how well loved it was. And as a result of that, a recording company in London wanted to release This Is Real as a 45 on a beautiful green 45 single. And then it went around again and had received a lot of great play. This Is Real is from the Taylor. Name came about. That's an interesting thing too. Couldn't think of a name. And Joni Pilato, Sparrow Parker, who are the owners of the Southport label, under which my CD was released. And she kept saying, you have to call it Taylor Street. That's where I was born and raised in Chicago. It's Little Italy in Chicago, okay? And I was born and raised there. And she said, you should call it that. I don't know. That's not going to resonate with people, I don't think. But I'm so glad that she persuaded me to do it because I feel good about doing that now. A lot of the people in the neighborhood, every single day, would encourage me to sing. I'd be walking down the street and they'd call me and tell me, come over here and sing for us, Josie, when I was a kid. So I wanted to give that credit and that honor to that neighborhood, which supported me and gave me a lot of support. And I wanted to give them credit for that. So anyway, that's the story for Taylor Street.
That's fantastic. What a great history to see. Without hearing that story, we wouldn't realize the importance of Taylor Street for you. And of course, this one too, You Must Believe in Spring.
Yes.
For those who aren't familiar with this, we talked about this in the past, but tell us about this one. This is another great one, Josie.
Oh, thank you, Jim. And the song You Must Believe in Spring was the catalyst for me doing the CD. I had heard Cleo Lane sing this beautiful, beautiful song, and it just struck me. And I thought, I have to sing the song. I love it. The words, the melody. It is by, God, can't think of his name, a world famous composer with the Bergmans writing the lyrics. Not Andre Previn. Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name right now. That's a shame. Anyway, he's written more hit songs than you could shake a fist at. So I did that. I used that as a catalyst, and that was the reason why I decided, well, I'm going to do the rest of the songs I've always wanted to do. All these wonderful jazz tunes, some of which are obscure, that only jazz aficionados would know about or even be familiar with. And a couple of others that might be familiar to an audience, but they were all chosen by me, songs that I really, really wanted to record and loved to sing. And so that was a labor of love. You Must Bring. And what else? Oh, the musicians. I had a huge orchestra. Wonderful. Chicago has the deepest bench of excellent musicians that you could ever want. And at one point in in songs, there were about 100 musicians playing on particular songs. Yes, and they were the fabulous musicians, great, terrific arrangements by Carrie Deadman, and it was a collaboration that was just a happy, happy collaboration. It's wonderful. So I'm
That's so
very
nice.
happy about that.
Yeah, and these days to have that amount of musicians surrounding you sometimes is a little rare. A lot of things
Yes.
are digitally created, and just to have the musicians around you, it's a whole other sound and feeling, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can't. There's no comparison. Having great musicians wailing away on particular songs, and there was plenty of room for solos by musicians, and plenty of room for me to scat, and it was just they were wonderful. Everything about that CD made me wonderfully happy, just very, very happy and fulfilled. So.
Why do you love doing what you do so much? You've been doing it a long time in various ways, shapes, and forms, Josie. Why does it still bring you such great joy and blessing?
hmm. I wish I knew why and how to put it into words. Um, it's to do, I guess. It's a way of expression that I need to express it that way. Um, I don't know how to explain it. It's
Does it feed your
it's
soul?
definitely, yes, definitely. It does that for sure. And it's a way of communicating with people too, I think. Communicating in my way and reaching people in hopefully in a good way. So all of the above. There's just not one sentence I could tell you that would explain why I just love it. I love music. It does feed my soul. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it, Jim.
How are you celebrating your holidays?
Well, naturally, we are having several get-togethers because my grandkids are the stars of the show. They are terrific kids, and so I'll be spending a great deal
What are
of
their
time with
names?
the boy is Domenico Francesco is his name. He's 10 and he's already taller than I am. I know that's not saying a lot because I'm short, but I'm so glad he takes after the other side of the family because they are all tall,
Yeah.
and he's following in their footsteps. And he plays the trumpet and the piano, and
Wow.
he's as smart as can be, smart as a whip. And then Lucia is 7, and she's a ballerina. She was in the Nutcracker Suite, um, and she's gorgeous. And Kiara is the baby who gave me every gray hair you see. She is she's a handful. She's going to be 6. She's a riot, and she in a lot of ways she's like me. She marches to her own drummer, and she's willful. But you cannot tell her what to do. She'll do just the opposite. And I know that's the way I used to be. I tried changing, and I have. I've grown up, but she reminds me of me as a kid, and it's fun to see.
Very
So what we do?
passionate.
I'm sorry.
Very passionate. Yeah.
Yeah, she won't let anything get by her. That's for sure.
Mm,
And so we'll be getting together, the
very
families, and doing a
nice.
lot of cooking and a lot of eating out.
Yes.
I though because I feel the world is much better off without my baking. I do not bake very well, but I'm a
Yeah.
good cook, so
But
I
you're a
do make.
good cook.
So that's how we'll be spending it, and of course, gifting each other and opening gifts,
All
and
the rest. Yeah.
but it's the kids who make it, who make it special
All the
always.
beautiful joys in the simple things of the season, which means so much. Absolutely. Really, really beautiful. You know who's here, who's stopping by? Mr. George Burns once again.
Ah,
There he
George.
is with his cigar and his red pocket square. He always pops on during our show. And he said, hope you're enjoying the holiday season. Best of the new year to you, Josie, and your family. And keep producing all this fabulous music that you're sharing with all of us. And yeah, it's always good to see George pop in, right?
Oh, always. George, you don't sing, you don't write, you don't call, but I'm glad to
Right.
see you.
He sends his love from him and from Gracie, from up above,
Yes. Boy,
from
they have
heaven up above.
two
Um,
icons,
oh, I
really.
tell you, George Burns and Gracie Allen absolutely made us laugh for so many years and entertained us, and absolutely. So you're enjoying you're enjoying life. You're in a sweet spot right now, aren't you,
Oh,
Josie?
it's I know it's not true for everybody, but for me, and some people may not be as fortunate, but it's all about family and the warmth that and the fact that we're to be able to spend time together and enjoy each other at this time of the year, and especially, and so I enjoy it. That's for sure, to the fullest.
And more music. You see more music coming up in the new year too.
Yes, I'm actually started working, got a few arrangements done for another CD. I don't have a title yet. However, there are great songs that I'm so excited to be singing. There are a few bossa novas that I've always loved. One called Brigas Nunca Mais, and probably you've never heard of it, but once you hear it, you'll love it. And a
Love
bunch of
bossa
other.
nova. Yeah.
And yeah, so there's me too. I love sambas and Afro-Cuban jazz. I love that. That music just moves me
Yeah.
in a way. And so we've started work. We're going to be recording the first three songs sometime in January. Already got the studio and along, and hopefully it'll be done by September. Hopefully, it takes a while because when you have trying to get groups of musicians together, it's a bit difficult because everybody's doing different things and have different commitments and
Yes.
teaching and all. So, yeah, it's going to take a while. Hopefully, it'll be done by September. And I'll probably need a title. So, something in mind, let me know, Jim.
Yes, absolutely. We'll get the wheels turning there. That's fantastic. So good things happening for you in the new year. That's fine. That's great,
Right.
Josie.
Yes,
So
yes.
happy for you. This is
Thank you.
it's been really wonderful having you here on the show, and also catching up with you on all the things that you've been doing and the things that you're still passionate about and care about. And again, folks, take a look at just some of the music that is available with Josie. And of course, this latest single at the time of this broadcast, Each Other. Did you want to sing one more, maybe holiday tune or something
Of
before
course.
what would you like to sing?
Um, saying, how about A Child is Born?
Oh, beautiful. Great
And
choice.
love this song. This is one of my favorite ones. I only wish you could hear the beautiful trumpet solo that is on the CD. And it's just so
Yeah.
warm and beautiful. And Deadman, who did the solo, and it was just so beautiful. Unfortunately, you can't hear it. It's going to have to deal. Just listen to me.
Just get
So,
the music, get the CD, right? Get the music.
right,
That's it.
right.
Here's Josie
Okay.
Falbo. Her child is born.
No, out of the night, soft as the dawn, into the light, this child, innocent child, soft as a fawn, This child is born, one small heart, one pair of eyes, one work of art. Here in my arms, here he lies, trusting and warm. Blessed this morn, a child is born.
Very beautiful, Josie. Very beautiful. It's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
song, isn't it?
Oh, one of my favorites. Yeah. I wish I had more verses, but that's it.
I know.
Yeah.
So loop that one, folks. That was really, really beautiful. Josie, thanks for stopping by the show during the busyness of the holiday season. It's always wonderful to see you and to hear your beautiful voice and find
Thank
out
you,
about,
Jim.
oh, the pleasure is all mine. And all the lovelies watching around the world, we thank them. We know they enjoy when you're here. You're one of our favorites here at the Jim Masters Show, and wish you continued blessing and joy. And we'll chat again in the new year as well. And hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you, Josie.
I always do, Jim, and I am so very grateful to you for having me on your show. I want to wish you and all the lovelies a very Merry Christmas and a fabulous and healthy and profitable New Year. Well,
You as well, Josie, to you and your family. Thank you so very much for that. JosieFalbo.net, as we've been showing it throughout this broadcast, is the website. And again, all the great music, you can find it on all the places where you find music. Josie Falbo,
thank
accomplished,
you.
credible, fabulous singer with a big, big heart, joining us here on the show. We love you, Josie. You be
Thank
well.
you.
You take care. And we'll chat again soon in the new year. Okay, my friend?
Okay. Thank you, Jim.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Happy holidays and happy new year.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Josie Falbo here on the Jim Masters Show. Wasn't she great? It was so nice to have her back for a return visit and to celebrate the holidays with us and the new year coming and so much more. We wish her a very Merry Christmas and her family and you as well. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. Josie Falbo, our special guest, legendary singer here on the Jim Masters Show. You see it on the screen. Each Other is the new single. And again, you can go to josiefalbo.net to learn more and to scoop up not just that fabulous work of art, but all of her incredible music as well. There is, again, Each Other. There is the Christmas album, a jazzy interlude with Josie Falbo. And of course, what a great story about Taylor Street, huh? The street she grew up, on in the Little Italy section of Chicago, Illinois, USA. And Josie Falbo, You Must Believe in Spring. Those are just some of the incredible works of art available for you, gang, at josiefalbo.net and where music is available. Thanks for joining us here on the Jim Masters Show series. We really hope your holiday season is going well. You guys are doing well. And we appreciate all the time we have together. And, we've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. It's extraordinary. And you can see them all on our YouTube channel, which is Jim Masters TV. I mean, something like 900 episodes, which is unbelievable. So check them out, binge watch. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a thumbs up, very important, helps us grow, helps us share what we love sharing with all of you. All these great guests, all this great conversation and surprise moments and more. Click the thumbs up on our YouTube channel. Leave a comment for us too, gang. We would love it if you leave a comment. That helps us grow. We're very interactive. We appreciate you guys who have been leaving comments on our YouTube channel for all the episodes. And thanks to everybody for all the lovely in the JMS Lovely chat room. We really appreciate you guys commenting during that as well. But hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed it. But again, do leave a comment on the YouTube channel underneath this episode and all the episodes you enjoy, because that helps us get these episodes out to more people around the world, just like you, who are enjoying what we're doing. or they'll discover us for the very first time. It'll be a new experience for them to really check out and discover the Jim Masters Show, entertainment, lifestyle, variety talk show series. Cool conversation. We go in so many different directions with our guests. You know what I mean? Nothing is scripted or pre-prepared. And we take you along for the ride, which is awesome. We don't say goodbye around here. We say see you later. Ciao, cheers, slancha. Moi Luke, cheerio, hasta la vista, buenas noches, shalom, sayonara, avidazain, and take care and be well. And don't forget, of course, to relax. It's kind of cool, you know. It's still fun when George Burns shows up. Sometimes the guests who have been with us before love to see George again. They ask to see George Burns on the show, and some of the new guests are surprised when all of a sudden George Burns just pops up. And I think that's cool. Don't forget to relax, gang. Don't forget to relax. Enjoy the holidays, enjoy the new year, and enjoy one another. Love one another, take care of one another, and love yourself and take care of yourself. Continues to be an extraordinary experience with all of you here on the Jim Masters Show. What we do is different. These are conversations, not interviews, warm and inviting with interactivity. And thanks for all of the incredible comments that you guys have been sending our way on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find me on all those platforms at Jim Masters TV, and also on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, where we have all of these incredible guests and all of these phenomenal episodes. If you watched us while the show's on, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. If you missed anything, you can see the entire episode again right here on the Jim Masters Show on our YouTube channel and enjoy it. Again, from me and mine to you and yours and all of us here, a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and all good blessings and positive vibes for the new year upcoming of 2023. Yeah, we're celebrating with our family. We're having a wonderful time in Florida, and but we're coming at you with this episode here in Lovety Hall at JMS Central, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. You guys take care and be well. Thanks for being with us. One more time, we thank the incomparable Josie Falbo for joining us here. Fabulous Falbo for sure. Josie's an icon and a wonderful person. And now you'll find out when you hear some of those commercials, all these great commercials that her voice was on. And she sang some of the commercials for us as well. And that was really cool. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm your host, Jim Masters. Thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, we really sincerely do appreciate when you're here, when you watch, when you comment, when you celebrate, when you share the episode links of the Jim Masters Show. We really, really appreciate that. So thanks to all of you who have been doing that. That means the world to us. And again, this has become quite a place for people who stop by, who need some levity, some positivity, some good spirited conversations, and lots more. And I think that's cool. That's cool. A little old school quality, but with a modern vibe and a modern twist of today. That's what we do here at JMS. All right, gang, be well, happy and merry from us here to all of you and you and you and you. We love having you here as often as you are, and spread the word. Tell everybody you know about our show, the Jim Masters Show. Take care and happy holidays. And thanks for being with us. We love you all. Take care. Cheers. Happy and merry from the Jim Masters Show. See you again soon.